objective is to uh, uh, just to go smoothly my all the work related to piping.
So can you tell us how much experience you have in pressure vessels, or any experience at all?
I have total 14 years of experience.
In pressure vessels?
No, in piping.
Can you also let us know how much experience specifically in pressure vessels?
Pressure. No, pressure vessels.
That will give me at least an idea to know what background you have in pressure vessels, so I can, the talk can be understood.
No, I am not designing any. Myself, Vikas Patel, working as a senior engineer in Karavi Travel Limited. We are a manufacturer of cryogenic process equipment, working as a senior engineer. And, basically, we are also producing some storage and transportation. It is our new product.
Are you dealing with ASME code, or do you deal with API code?
We deal with EM code.
EM code?
Yes. And if there is any specific requirements for resistant vessels, then we can. So my main objective is to learn this basically for use template. I have never done before.
Yeah, my name is Kashina. I own a company called RM Academy. They are basically manufacturing of expansion mountain expansion joints, especially the metallic joints in our field, fine display, plus standards. And also ASM is actually part of it, which follows that. I'm just trying to add some value, basic knowledge to networking, whatever it is that they like. Yeah. Second. I'm Rahul Francis from Alton Institute. I'm coming from Gujarat. And I'm basically into fabrication, production side. And I've been working with I own the company. And I'm in this business since last 2 years. Do you have any investment? No, we don't have investment, but I'm going on for that. And I've been working with it.
My name is Sunil. I'm coming from Active Process System. I'm a senior engineer in that organization. Pressure vessels, and we are manufacturing pressure vessels to equipment. Last 4 years I'm working here.
And your experience is 4 years?
Last 4 years.
Design?
I was designing the
Where is that process?
it is in Pune.
Good morning everybody. I'm Bhaskar Chaudhary from Forbes Marshall. I'm an engineer design and development. I basically look after pressure vessels like separators and flash vessels. I have an experience of 2 years, and my main objective would be to basically give an idea. And we generally do IPR approvals and we design the vessels as per IPR. But we want to check that IPR vessels means how we can take the approval for ASME, or how we can design the vessels on the basis of ASME standard. Okay. Do you have a requirement that be ASME certified? Not basically. We don't have a requirement of ASME certification, but we want to cross check that our vessels also withstand to the ASME standard, because some of the consultants require that the design calculation should be as per ASME. So that is my basic objective for this. Okay. Good morning. I am Karan from Niti Power. So working in manufacturing and work center. And in this field I am working since last 30 years. So previously I was involved in a civil company. From here about 18 years. We get this idea. The objective is to be conversant with the operator, so to get more knowledge than the operator. So I think we'll look over here to get some knowledge from you also.
Definitely, I'll share whatever experience.
Fantastic, thank you very much. I am S.L. Kumar from Limited Organization. I see Process Quality Control Department from 18 years. Okay.
Yeah, good morning everybody. Myself Kiran Panshetty. I am working for Forbes Marshall from last 11 years. So Forbes Marshall basically manufactures boilers, pressure reducing stations, and anything related to steam like steam traps, pressure, you can say flow meters, control valves. So we basically deal with the calculation related to IBR as main objective of many of the process industries. They get IBR or non-IBR. So along with IBR, we want to be familiar with ASME codes and related calculation to cross-check. And many like calculations are not there in IBR. So we want to cross-check that with ASME whether it is safe or not, or what is the minimum. That my objective to see the different small things by taking the design parameters we have to which parameters we are focusing on. That is my objective.
Good morning everyone. My name is Mandar Mane. I have come from Full Marshall Private Limited. I am working over there since last 2 years. My main objective is to just look into the vessel that how we are going to design in design to thickness calculation, pressure, internal pressure, external pressure, how it is built and how calculation is done.
Good morning. My name is Abhi. I am from Indian Metal System. We are basically from Dubai company. I am into driving and away equipment. We are into rental for driving equipment and away equipment.
Yeah. Good morning. I am Aman Sawant. I am working in Pharmaceutical Engineering for the last 2 years. Basically, we are in the manufacture of pharmaceutical equipment, but certain applications require pressure vessels cold like fluid bed, dryers and everything. So I have come here to learn more about pressure vessel code, and the company has appointed me. I am working in design department. So I take it that right now you are not doing anything with the ASME code.
No, no. Which has an inside of ASME section. So we want to get more into
Working in this pressure vessel industry since 1990. I have most of my knowledge, in fact all of my knowledge and experience comes from working in the US for 20 years, and therefore you will find that when the slides are given, there will be a lot of terms which will deal with the CSR. I do want to emphasize that at this course over here is working the ASME model and pressure vessel code. That's fine. Section 8, Division 1. So this particular presentation training is for the pressure vessel. There is, when we get the slides, we will also look at the structure of the ASME model and pressure vessel code. We will see that there are many different sections. Some sections deal with pressure vessels, some sections deal very specifically with the boiler. Okay. So this, all of this, the boilers and pressure vessels are very similar. We have steam drums in power plants, and we have pressure vessels over here in Division 1. But there are different purposes. Insert, or you have the regular standard SI unit, the result is going to be the same. There are few sites where I have attempted to incorporate the SI fluid inside, it changes state. Okay, so when it changes state, the pressure changes, and all those kinds of stuff. So that's an example of internal pressure. Okay. Those values, there are, the code is not going to talk about those values. All the code is going to say that there is, in fact, there is no limit on the maximum pressure also. There is no such thing for the ASME code. And now obviously you are going to have, I don't know how to answer that question, but as far as the lower pressure limit is concerned, you are going to have on the, you are going to have vacuum. So you will have negative pressure. The negative pressure is not limited just to vacuum. Negative pressure is also limited to if you have jackets on the outside, and the jacket is going to have a lot of pressure. So now the pressure vessel on the inside is subjected to external pressure, which is
actually, so over there also there is no limitation really. So such thing does not exist in IBR is regulation. You will find that IBR does not have rules for everything. Okay. IBR will be perfectly happy if you design your code to the ASME section 1 or even section 8 division 1. But as far as the regulations are concerned, as you meet all those requirements for regulations, that's all the IBR is concerned about. Okay, so you can design your pressure vessels to ASME section 8 division 1 and yet you can follow all the, satisfy all the requirements of IBR. It's perfectly possible.
How we can recognize whether everything is required for that?
You don't have to. I mean, why does it have to be recognized? You know, you need some design code. If the ASME is going to satisfy the requirements for the design code, just design it to ASME, and then you meet all the regulatory requirements of IBR. You are all set. Okay. Now, you see, if you put yourself in the owner's mind, the user, whoever is going to be the owner of the facility, he has to make a decision what codes to use, what codes not to use. The thing that is going to be imposed on him, IBR is a requirement that he has to follow because it is going to be installed over here in India. The Indian rules will apply, and the Indian rules say that for that particular application, IBR is the body, and he got to follow the regulations. So, as long as he follows that, the actual design code, he can use ASME, he can use DIN, he can use EM, he has got so many different things at his disposal. It is before even the charge begins. So we have a big problem over here. So fortunately we have a solution to that. The good thing we have this situation because we know how to solve it. When we were doing the axial compression, A P divided by 2, what the heck is P? Right efficiency? Probably not. You should be able to answer because you were discussing it. It's modulus of elasticity. Modulus of elasticity is something so far we have not even discussed, but that is modulus of elasticity. For speed, we can assume that the modulus of elasticity is about 29 times 10 to the power of 6. Okay? So, you take the value of P is equal to 29 and 10. We have found out the value of P. Now, let's see what this next step 5 says. It gives you a formula to calculate PA, which is going to be the maximum allowable external working pressure for that particular cell. Okay, so now let us find what PA is. Using those values,